It's the Texas weather discussion video for Monday, the 9th of October. I'm Donovan Neal. Places like DFW and North Texas could be dealing with record temperatures today, with highs potentially reaching the upper 90s in some spots today. But a cold front comes through later this evening, which should bring temperatures down significantly for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite view across the Conus region this late morning. We have trough near Colorado, near the Four Corners area, which could provide some dynamic support for some showers and storms this afternoon and evening with the cold front coming through. But temperatures as of 10:51 this late morning: Arlington 80, DFW 83. Most locations are in the 80s. We could be dealing with record temperatures today, with highs reaching towards the mid to upper 90s in some spots in North Texas. Across the nation, we have winter storm watches, warnings, advisories for parts of the Central Plains, the High Plains, the Dakotas, and the Minnesotas, where they're dealing with the current winter storm in progress. Down here in North Texas, things are pretty quiet. We have a standard slight risk for severe weather for parts of eastern Oklahoma down into southeast Kansas. Down here, we have a marginal risk for areas to the east of I-35 and areas to the north of I-20. If you're in the green, that means you have a risk for thunderstorms, but no organized severe weather is expected. And tomorrow, same risk shifts to the Midwest. Average rain for the next 7 days. This is suggesting about half an inch of rain at max for parts of northern Texas. And that's going to come with anything that we see this afternoon and evening down here, and then going forward, we should trend drier for a while. Out in the tropics, what used to be Nate is now just a post-tropical cyclone, which is dissipating inland, and now we have Tropical Storm Ophelia on the board now in the Atlantic Basin. But the good news is this should gain latitude and not affect any inland areas at all. This is actually expected to become a hurricane later this week. But let's go to the dailies here. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. We have a trough in the west providing a little bit of dynamic support to get some strong to severe storms going along a cold front later this afternoon and evening. This is the high res HER, the HRRR model at 6 o'clock today. This is valid at 6 o'clock today. You can see some isolated thunderstorms going along, mainly to the south of I-20, and at that time. But I think we all have a fair chance of seeing some rain, and understand that the radar won't look like this. This is the CAPE, convective available potential energy, at 4 o'clock, and you can see it basically peaks out at around 3,000 joules per kilogram, which is along the Tarrant-Johnson County line. But this won't exactly look like this. We'll just have to wait and see what time when time gets closer. But the bottom line is this basically demonstrates that strong to potentially severe storms are possible, mainly producing damaging winds and some hail. And this is the supercell composite. Valid at 7 o'clock this evening, and this peaks out near a 3 or a 4 in parts of North Texas, mainly around DFW. And here's a sounding around the same location. And the most unstable CAPE basically peaks at around 3,000 joules per kilogram. We have a little bit of dynamic support and a little bit of turning, and the bottom line is, so some strong to severe storms are possible with some damaging wind and hail producers. 1 or 2 isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out among those severe storms, so you'll just have to keep an eye out of some rapidly changing weather conditions this afternoon and evening. I'd say the best time frame for some rain will basically start at 4 o'clock and basically go throughout the night here. But after today, today, I think we should trend drier. We should trend drier and definitely cooler. Tuesday, could be another a potentially cold day with highs in the upper 60s to low 70s, and lows may actually reach the 40s in some locations. Wow. So much for not having 2 seasons in 24 hours. North Texas says, "Hold my beer" for that. And in fact, let's look at the anomalies for the maximum high temperatures, and if this verifies, tomorrow we could see temperatures up to 13 degrees below average for north central Texas, which would be absolutely astounding. Again, we could see temperatures down into the low 40s in some spots for the lows tomorrow. But after that, Wednesday could be another cool day. Again, highs in the low 70s. Thursday we trend significantly warmer, highs in the low 80s this time. Friday, highs are in the upper 80s to low 90s. Again, we are still in the dry air mass. And the weekend's pretty much the same thing. This is Saturday and this is Sunday. Evidence that a surface front tries to come through here on Sunday, which could bring a chance of isolated showers and storms. We don't know yet. That's still too far out. Here's a week from today, Monday the 16th of October. We have a flat ridge here, and down here, as a result, we should stay cool. Again, highs in the upper 70s. This is the end of the forecast period on Wednesday, the 18th of October. Heights are starting to come down here a little bit, and we are in a dry air mass. Again, highs in the upper 70s. But numbers for the next 10 days, you can see, we can obviously see where we start to cool down this Tuesday and Wednesday. But later this week, we go back to above average temperatures this Friday and throughout the weekend. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in the blog. The next video here should be around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can't catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and Godspeed.